we go. Are we up and running? Yes, we are here. Back to you live with another awesome tutorial. I hope it's awesome. It'll only be awesome if someone shows up. Hello, anyone there? Well, whatever. If no one shows up, I'll still do it. I'll just fly through it. Hello? Anybody out there? Hello? That's when I self-exploded. Hey, I knew someone would show up. Adams! What's up, man? How's it going? Hanging in there? On this fantastic Monday. Week 2 underway. Week 2 of digital online learning. Hope everyone's staying sane out there. I am slightly sane. Although I was slightly sane before this whole thing went down anyway. I was like, kind of crazy already, so not much has changed. All right, here we go. Here we go. I am going to get started with this tutorial. So today I am throwing babies. That's right. Let's go into my edit window here so I could show you, and then we'll show you how to create this thing. All right, so here you go. Here we are throwing babies, and action. 1, 2, 3! Yay! What? What? He changed! What? That's silly. That's my kid. I don't know where he came from. He's a monster, man. He's like starting to walk now, and you can just see he's just a huge kid, red hair. I don't know where the red hair came from. I don't have any hair, but he's got crazy red hair. He's the biggest kid. He's like close to 25 pounds. Hi again. Who did it? He's like 25 pounds. That's the alpha dragon right there. He's like 25 pounds. His sister is like 33, so he's not even a year old yet, and he's close to weighing as much as his 3-year-old sister. He's just, solid. He is a solid kid. So his latest thing is, now that he's like starting to sort of walk, he loves to climb on everything, but he just wants to pull everything off of like tables and countertops and stuff. Yesterday, he pulled down this whole light, like a giant light, pulled it all the way down and almost smashed him. He's just a big brute, so that's my boy. That's my boy Jackson. All right, so here we go. How do we do this thing? How do we get this video to throw him up in the air with a red shirt and come down with a green shirt so it looks like he changed in midair? Well, here we go. The original video is here. Self-explosion. No, throwing babies. And I will get the shareable link. It's copied to my clipboard, and I will send it here. Here is my shareable link. So you have access to the folder. And it's just one video inside. It's the unedited video that I will bring into WeVideo. So let me just back out here just to show you guys. If you've never used WeVideo before, sign into WeVideo. It'll open up to your dashboard. Click Create New. and we're going to do horizontal format today. So I'm going to start editing. And inside your media, there's a couple different ways you could do it. If you went up into this media folder here and imported your media already, then it will already be in here. But let's say you didn't import the media, you could do it right here. Click on import, browse, find your file. And so with that Google Drive file, you might have to download it to the computer and then find it in your files. Mine's going to be right here on my desktop, Jack flying. And then I would hit open. But I already did that. So inside my folder, throwing Jack, here it is. It's a 3-minute file. And this is it.
Are you ready? 1, 2, 3. Should I not drop? When I duck down like that?
Completely
Ready?
unedited. So now we just need to find the clips that we want and edit them together. And actually, that last time I did not use the blue sweatshirt, but maybe we'll use the blue sweatshirt this time just to mix things up, make it a little different.
Are you ready? 1, 2, 3.
Okay, so I hit spacebar there to pause it. So I want to cut this scene when Jackson is out of the picture. So I'm going to use the scissors there and cut that. And do it again. Then I try to take her shirt off. I'm going to go to the green where I take his green. I layered him up. This poor kid, I put like so many layers on him before we went outside. I was like, I'm just going to put layer upon layer upon layer. You should have seen him. He was so mad at me.
Ready, Jack?
What are you doing? I'm hot. Why are you putting so many layers on
Ready,
me?
Jack?
Okay, well, let's cut it here. Hey. Cole, what's up, man? Cole, we are going to make it look like I'm throwing Jackson, my baby boy, up in the air.
Are you ready? 1, 2, 3.
And when he comes
1,
down, he's going to be green.
2.
I'll cut it there. All right, cool. Now I have these videos on 2 different layers because I'm going to do like some overlapping with the video and the audio here. So
3.
all right, so I got that there.
3.
And this is a little short, so I'm going to drag this out a little bit more because I want to get this whole thing when I say
Are you ready?
What just happened?
3.
Cool. That seems dangerous. Yeah. We live on the edge in the cyber house. This is nothing. You should see some of the crazy stuff we do. Who said that, by the way? Cole? Yeah. He loves it, man. You see the smile on his face. He loves flying up in the air. All right, so here I have him using my scrubber tool. I'm going to throw him up in the air here. And that's probably where, if I click on this clip and click on the speaker, I could see my audio here. So I would assume where this audio gets really loud like that, that's probably where I start to say 3.
3.
See, I told you. And do the same thing here. I bet you this is where it starts to say 3. Yeah, see? So I'm going to try to match up my audio a little bit here, although it doesn't really need to line up too much. What's more important here is lining up this video
3.
to look like I throw him up.
3.
Oh, see, I got to cut this a little bit more.
3.
There you go. That looks a little better.
3. Yeah.
Right? Up goes a baby with the blue sweatshirt on, down comes a baby with a green sweatshirt on. All right, it's actually, let's see. I don't know. I might move this back a tiny bit. It might throw off. I don't know. Let's see what happens. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do a little audio trickery now, right? Because when it overlaps, you kind of hear it like clicking, right? So if I go into the audio on video layer 2, and I am going to find where video layer 1 ends, and I just using this little like scrubber tool, so that way I know exactly what point. If I click on the audio on layer number 2, it should create a little anchor point there. Okay, now that anchor point, now if I go to the very beginning of this clip and I drop down the first anchor point, it creates a fade. But I don't want to create a fade. I want a complete drop out of audio in the beginning, so that way the audio underneath on track 1 will play, and then as soon as track 1 ends, I'll have track 2 pick up. So I need a second anchor point as close as I can to the first one that I just made. Now when I drop the first and the second anchor points there, now this audio is dropped all the way to 0. And so when it plays through here, it'll continue the audio on track 1 until it gets to here, in which it'll pick up on track 2. Hopefully it'll be seamless. Someone else just said hi, so I want to say hi to them too. Oh, look at that. He's back. What's up, guys? Here we go. So let's see. When I play it, there's still a little bit. What should we do here? Extend this out. And then, let's see. I think I want to get past the point on video layer 2 where I'm saying 3. Yeah! It's close. What should we do here? Yeah! 3! Let's see if I move this up a little bit. What happens? 3! Yeah! Not bad. If I slide it up a little bit. 3! I need to hear. Just position the frame so you're standing. I know. Oh, that's interesting. I wonder if I could. You know what? It's going to be tough to do that though. So I see what you're saying. Who said that? Because that's a. Yeah, of course. Of course, it was Cole. So big difference there, right? It almost looks like I'm jumping forward. So I wonder if, and that's like that's a camera issue because I had Mrs. Seibert actually holding the camera. And so what happened there was obviously the camera moves. If it was on a tripod, the positioning, but it's not necessarily true because I probably moved also. I'm going to assume that that's Ethan saying that's my version. Yeah, I know because the other version that I did, I actually did Jack in a red shirt right to the green shirt. And then Ethan sent me this video of him. He's like, hey, I followed along. And he did blue with the green. I was like, I didn't even think about doing that. So I took his idea. I stole it. 3! 3! So I still like, if I get too far this way, it's going to be like 3! Yeah! Oh, that wasn't bad. What do you guys think of that? 3! It jumps up a little bit. So what Cole's saying is, I wonder if I could somehow, if I double click on this, I could somehow move this frame over to match. My problem's going to be over here. See, because now that's black. And so I don't know if I could actually match the frame without me looking like, to make it look like I don't. 2, 3! So I wonder how would you do it to make it look like you don't move at all? You know, it would be crazy if you did it somewhere. I don't know if there was someone like up above you that actually caught the baby, took the shirt off, and dropped them down in a different outfit. And I didn't change at all. We didn't stop recording. It was just me like, hey, Jack, where'd you go? Where'd you go? And someone was up above me changing him and then dropped him back down. But that's getting so complicated.
3! Yeah!
I might trim this back a little bit since we have so much room here. Let's see what happens there.
3! Yeah!
Oh, and the audio still comes in here. So technically I could bring this all the way back like this. Let's see.
3! Yay!
Not bad.
Yay!
Take
One more
it.
take. 1, 2,
Oh, man.
3!
I totally messed that up, guys. I don't even want that last take. I want this take. Sorry. I want this last take because the last take is actually the funny part where I say,
3!
ooh, look at that. I almost matched.
3!
Wow. That audio almost matches up perfectly. That's pretty crazy, huh? All right, so now if I drop this one out, now it should look.
3! Yeah!
I don't know. Did that look weird?
3! Yeah!
What if I move this back a little bit?
3!
I still want to
3!
it up. There you go.
Yeah!
That's way better.
What? He changed!
And then I look all shocked and surprised if he changed.
That's silly. Are you ready?
That's this
1, 2, 3!
The only thing,
Yeah!
the only issue with this is that
What?
point
He
that,
changed!
that Cole brought up is that I actually, the glitch is
That's
where
silly.
my positioning is, right? If I could position the frame to make it look like I was in the same spot, and I don't know if I could do that with the footage that I have. Because I'm skipping from here. Look how big of a jump that is, right? If I was somehow able to... Yeah, and it's... Yeah, I would need to somehow move myself forward. I don't think I can. But that's okay. If we were going for perfection...
Are you ready?
That would be
1,
but
2, 3! Yeah!
But the point is, not that it looks perfect, but the creativity behind it, right? The thought behind, like, actually sitting there at night going, like, what other cool shots could I film, right? And so just thinking of an idea like this and then taking that idea and somehow trying to make it into reality. And more important than that is the video editing skills here. And these are like super basic skills, right? Like it's just trimming video and learning how to, I guess if you want to call it, automate the audio, right? Where you're dropping parts out. So when it plays through, you know, you're experimenting and playing around with the audio layers as well as the video layers. Those are the only really two techniques we used here. We didn't get into any sort of scaling, positioning. We didn't do any recoloring. We didn't do any green screening. So it's like, this is so super simple and basic when you get down to, if you're talking about like video editing techniques, right? Now, a lot of this does rely, like Cole said, on the video when it's shot. If I did a better job of positioning and made sure that I stayed in position, it probably would have helped. But, you know, you get the idea. And the idea here is now how could you apply these simple video editing techniques into making a clip of your own? The last session I was saying that if you've ever seen like Dude Perfect is exactly this sort of video editing, right? Where they just take a basketball and they stand on top of a roof and they just film themselves probably, I don't even know, hundreds of times throwing a basketball off the roof and trying to make it into the net. Now, if you do it 100 times, you only need one out of those 100 times to actually make it in, right? And then you just pick the best footage of, throwing the ball in, and then you just mix it, cut it, and then throw in the clip where you actually make the basket, and it looks like, hey, you made it on your first shot, right? You don't see the other 99 times that they missed the basket. And so that's all you really need to do. How can you apply it at home? I don't know. That's up to you. Be creative. You could do the same thing. Do like dude perfect trick shots at home and come up with like a cool trick shot to do, and film it. Miss the basket 99 times, but use that last time when you actually make the basket and cut it and edit yourself some film. Make a cool little like magic video there. What else could you do? You could do the same thing, like changing outfits or something, where like you snap your fingers and instantly you're in a different outfit, and then instantly you're in a different outfit. You could do things where you like disappear from a scene with like the snap of a finger, right? So you would record footage of you actually in scene, and then take footage of you out of that scene. And so when you snap your fingers, it switches to, a scene with you not there. So it looks like you disappeared. And then if you like snap your fingers again, maybe you could reposition yourself where you wind up somewhere else. So you could do all sorts of little tricks with just cutting video clips there. That's it. And then my next question is, how could you apply this to something like school, right? How could you take these video editing techniques and make cool clips for, let's say, a school project or something that you're learning in school? And I'm sure that your teachers would really appreciate it, especially now, when a lot of like online remote learning is like going on to programs, going into Google Classroom, or going on to IXL or things like that. If you guys took it upon yourselves to do something creative for a grade, I would think that your teacher now more than ever would be willing to accept it, because they're looking for other entertaining things also. So if you send them a video that makes them laugh, I'm sure they would love it also. And anything you submit, I'm sure they would find a way to put a grade to it, especially if it was like about some of the content that you guys are learning about. So yeah, I guess that's it. That's all I got right now. I have some other ideas for later this week. Tomorrow will probably be another sort of simple one. With I have some footage of me pretending like I'm opening my back door and going like, guys, you won't believe what's outside my yard right now. And I open the door, and it's just a shot of my yard, but we could basically green screen anything we want to be in my backyard. So start thinking about what we should green screen into my backyard. I was thinking maybe it'll be a rhinoceros, maybe a Tyrannosaurus Rex. I don't know what could be in my backyard tomorrow. And so we're going to get a little bit more advanced, nothing crazy. It's just going to be a green screen layer on top. And yeah, start thinking about what we could green screen into my backyard, something crazy and school appropriate that we could green screen in. Anything in the world. Like, what would you have in your backyard? That's a good question. All right, so think about that, and I'll be back here tomorrow green screening weird things into my backyard. I will see you guys then. Is anyone left here? Bye-bye. See you guys. Have fun. Don't work too hard. See ya. Okay, bye. For reals.